Hey YouTube, here we are again, F and True Wrestling. Brian Crazy,
JC Styles,
and this is our weekly review for WWE. A lot of great stuff happened. We had SummerSlam 2010, we had a pretty good Monday Night Raw, and we had a pretty good SmackDown. Debut of a big star, which I'm pretty excited about, and a lot to talk about. So I'll let JC start off with SummerSlam.
SummerSlam was actually pretty decent. I liked it. I enjoyed it. A lot of people said that there was not really, it was a crappy pay-per-view. But you know what? I mean, if you think about it, without the bad finishes to some of the matches, all the aspects were there. You had
it was the talent was there.
You had a good match between Kofi and Dolph before Nexus jumped in. You had a decent women's match. Then you had the next match that was actually the WWE Championship match. Then you had the World Heavyweight Championship match, and then you had the 7-on-7.
Which I was very excited. 9:05, we had the World Wrestling Entertainment Championship up for grabs. I kind of didn't like the match finish. I really wish Orton ended up picking up the title. Unfortunately, he did not. It was another match that had to end with a non-clean finish. The current MO of WWE right now with their whole title change picture. But like Jay said, we moved into a great 7-on-7 contest at the end of the night, which really kind of turned the pay-per-view around.
The whole pay-per-view, I was thinking, oh my God, who's going to be the 7th person for Team WWE? There were so many people that were running through my mind. I mean,
for a while,
Daniel Bryan,
I thought Miz was kind of going to fill the spot.
I thought it was either going to be Miz, Daniel Bryan. I would have thought it would have been pretty cool to have maybe like Triple H come back, even though that people, we said that he wasn't coming back. Just long list of people that could have been
Triple H.
spot.
Triple H would have been phenomenal, but unfortunately, it's just he's still nursing some injuries he has sustained since being out. But SummerSlam overall really not bad.
Orton had so much aggression that he showed the following night towards Sheamus. It would have been kind of funny to see him step up and take out a couple of members of Nexus, because the fact is that they've also been feuding with Orton as well, getting involved with some of his matches.
And then we move on to Monday Night Raw, and
but the biggest moment on SummerSlam was the Undertaker segment.
Yep. Don't want to forget about that. During the World Heavyweight title match, Undertaker did return to the WWE from his quote-unquote storyline vegetative state. He is back. He has his eyes on Kane, and for once, Kane actually gained the upper hand and ended up pulling off a tombstone piledriver on him. So next week on SmackDown, the Dead Man will return, and we'll see where this whole story is going to evolve from here.
Yeah, Orton. SummerSlam.
Orton.
Yes.
SummerSlam.
Okay. But let's talk about something that happened on Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
Speaking of Orton,
the whole Nexus was put up. If you didn't win, you're kicked out.
It was put up or shut up.
Exactly. And out of the 7 contests, one man failed to stay in the group.
Yep, Darren Young, the Black John Cena, as we called him in
my God, you know
videos.
What? John Cena, the byproduct of his mother and a gallon of whiskey, that was some good stuff.
Then we had Heath Ledger.
Speaking of Cena and the whole purple shirt Gemini gear thing that's going on right now, if you want to see Brian Crazy in purple, please leave a description in the box below.
Leave a comment in the box below.
All right, moving on.
But then you had also they had the new tag team championships unveiling, and good God,
those are hideous titles.
See, this is a beautiful title. Look at that, baby. That is a beautiful title.
Look at the level of detail on this thing.
And then you brought that weak ass tag team title
that looked no better than this mouse pad.
Yes,
and
I mean,
the tag team title kind of reminded me of a CD. It looked kind of just like that. Imagine a CD with a strap. I mean,
Exactly.
that was like the tag team title.
I could have probably made a better title out of tin foil and a leather strap. Let's just put it that way.
Dude, my 5-year-old son made a better WWE spinner title out of a piece of cardboard and some glue. So,
but you know, guys, we watched Raw. We thought it was a pretty good Raw. The tag team title thing was kind of weak. Then you had the 7 Nexus members against 7 other Team WWE members from in singles matches. Then you had the 1 tag team match. Those matches were okay. They were decent. They kind of built up Cena as Super Cena, and basically everyone lost but Cena, and it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, and other big news involving the Nexus: Skip Sheffield broke a bone in his leg doing a house show. So Raw for this coming Monday night is taped last night because WWE is in China for the first time ever. And we'll also have those results coming to you. But we'll find in the following week's Raw what's going to happen with the whole Sheffield angle. Is he going to be written out? Is he going to just kind of be the enforcer that comes down to the ring while he's nursing his wounds? Is he going to require surgery? We'll bring that all to you as we find out. So potentially the Nexus is now down to 5 guys.
Moving on to SmackDown. Pretty good promo with Kane, and my God, did they do an awesome video package for what he was speaking about.
That was a fantastic video package. And you know what? Kane's mic ability has become really, really good. I mean, I think the Kane segment was one of the high points of the night, getting to hear him talk and, the emotion that comes from Kane. And, you could tell that Kane's not a simpleton. His vocabulary, he's developed mind that it's definitely been plotting something here,
Then you had a rematch with Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston. Again, obviously, outside interference, DQ. I stepped out for that match.
I think he did something again. Excuse me!
Yeah.
Excuse me!
Your excuse, bitch. My foot up your ass. How about that? But you know what? SmackDown was good. Then we had a good main event. Rey Mysterio versus, Alberto Del Rio?
Alberto Del Rio. Probably the most anticipated.
Like out of Red Dead Redemption.
Probably the most anticipated debut of this year in WWE. He is a Mexican wrestler, Dos Caras Jr., legendary down in Mexico in the AAA and other federations. He has now come to America to make his mark. I think they have invested heavily in him. I mean, he came out with a Rolls Royce, had his own personal ring announcer. He won his first match by submission over Mysterio, which is an established WWE star. And I really, really feel like we're seeing the beginning of a new star and a potential champion by year's end.
Yes. I mean, I watched the match. I was impressed. Wasn't as impressed as Brian was, but
I mean, the sheer brutality
it takes time. It takes time to build the star. You can't just rush things. So, Brian, you want to wrap it up for this week?
I think that's about all we have. Like I said, the composition of the Nexus is now going from 7 to 5. Sheffield's injured. Darren Young's out. Other big news, Alberto Del Rio has debuted. We had a pretty good SummerSlam, decent Raw, decent SmackDown. We'll have results
unveiling of 2 terrible-looking tag titles.
2 terrible-looking belts. We'll have the day Raw results for this coming week and SmackDown results for this week coming up. Also, our TNA weekly review and our Q&A show. So for F and True Wrestling, this is Brian Crazy.
JC Styles.
Thanks for checking us out, and please subscribe.